Hello and welcome to all you Aquarians out there. Welcome for you. I'm going to give a little bit more light here. There you are. A bit of the sun shining through here. Now let's talk about the Aquarians for the month of October of 2021. And this is all about your belief system. This is a month where there is an emphasis on your ninth house, and the ninth house is the Libra house for you. And there's so much activity going on, and it's the personal planets like Mars, Mercury, but they're making one personal planet is going very slow, which is Mercury. It's going out of the red. It's going direct on the 19th of the month. And it's going out of its shadow around the first week of November. So then you will really see the results of the work that you're doing now, even when you're watching this, and up until the beginning of November. But it's a lot of energy there in that ninth house, which is a mind house. So this is all about the mind. I don't mean to say that relationships are not going to be important or this or that. These are general horoscopes, but the focus is on your belief system. And the ninth house is the connection that we have with the divine. So if you don't believe in the divine or in God or in maybe in nature or in something that is bigger than you, the consciousness that is like the summation, the sum of all the consciousnesses or whatnot. But anyway, this is about an opportunity for the Aquarians, and it's not an easy opportunity because Aquarians, don't forget, they're a fixed sign, so they're not easy to change always. I know that a lot of people think, oh, Aquarians is very tolerant and humanitarian, and yeah, very social, absolutely tolerant towards differences normally when it comes to social differences in life, but and different upbringings and whatnot. But hey, they are very fixed energy. So it could be a bit of a challenge there, but when you're open to this and understanding this, there is an opportunity for Aquarians to break open their belief system so that it's going to be more fitting their core and their authenticity. Because all of this energy, although it is trining Jupiter in your sign, which is amazing, which is it's gonna give you expansion. So studying is a good time for you now, learning, traveling, everything that helps you to expand your horizon is good for you. So all of the, but it can be traveling in the mind as well, of course. It doesn't have to be literally traveling, but it also squares up to Pluto. So that means that it kind of triggers, and Pluto is in your 12th house. So you could be triggered by the 12th house. When I see Pluto in the 12th house, I immediately think of karmic lessons and of trauma as well. So because of your traumas, or because of if you do believe in former life, because of things that happened in former lives and you drag that in, we all have some, we are not carte blanche if we are born, right? Most people kind of understand that, but or see that as their point of view. But the thing is that we could be triggered by old patterns. We could be triggered by you could say defense mechanisms, the fight, flight, whatever there. The fight, flight, and what is it? Freeze. Ooh, that's probably the most difficult of all three. There's another thing that anyways, it's not important. But what I'm trying to say is that you could be triggered by an old trauma, whether it is from this life or former lives, that although it is not nice, and I would recommend you to at least be open to what this trigger is showing you, right? Sometimes we cannot deal with triggers because we feel that it kind of overwhelms us, but now is a time where you can deal with it, but a bit from it, you still need your distance there. Because there is an opening for your belief system. Belief systems are rooted so deeply in us. So it's only by these overcoming traumas that we can go through a belief system. It really is like that. When I look at your chart here. So there could be some trigger again that reminds you of an old trauma. And instead of just pushing it away and pushing it in the 12th house, the negative way, which is addictions and which is, putting your head in the sand, so to speak, not wanting to see it or blaming even another person, to just be, distancing yourself a little bit like true Aquarian. But I mean, on an emotional level, that is, but also to see it for what it is, and then to see that this can open up your belief system in a way more powerful way, and that it has no power over you anymore. And that's the beauty of it, that's the beauty of this Mercury square Pluto, because Mercury in your ninth house squaring up to Pluto, that is deep thinking. Normally, Mercury in Libra in your ninth house, that's not deep thinking. It is more thinking like thinking in relationships level, so to speak. So that you always take into account other people and thinking very with a fair, clear mind. But now it is thinking deep. It is going through some issues there. And could be related to people as well, because it's in Libra after all. But that square to Pluto, that is going to happen 3 times, by the way, at the end of September, the beginning of October, the end of October, the beginning of November. So it's bang on the whole time, so to speak. Not always as intense, but it's there. And Mercury square Pluto often forces people to obsess even a little bit. But I know that a lot of people think obsessions are negative. But sometimes they can be mentally exhausting, yes, but they have a purpose. So that at the end of the process, you can release it, because you surrender to it. And then comes the truth, and then comes the light, because you have put a spotlight on dark stuff, and then it doesn't become dark stuff anymore, right? Because you put the spotlight on. Anyways, very deep stuff going on for you on a level of understanding, on a level of, but you can expect that there is like, for some people, it's even just studies. With this Mercury Pluto, this is very, being a bit obsessive can be very positive to wanting to know it all about a certain subject, for instance. When are you going to be, a lot of people who have a success in one specific area of their life, it is through obsession. Why are people who are very, very good in something, extremely good in something, it's because obsessively they worked for it. So that there is something like that on a mental level that you could do as well, like investigating or trying to learn something, to write a book, or to publish something. And it goes very, very, very deep to and almost that you are exhausting your mind. But it has that purpose of ultimately you let go of it. You've learned the whole thing. You let go of it, and it is truth coming up there. So quite interesting indeed for you Aquarians. Although it is a bit more on the mental level, there's definitely Venus in your 11th house as well. So enjoy that. That is very social. It does square up to Neptune in your 2nd house. So be aware of the fact that you put your boundaries with your friends, right? That they don't ask any money that you don't have, or maybe that you do have, and if you want it back, sign something. Or anyways, that is more a bit of not that important energy, but it's only at the end of the month, by the way, around the 27th. So but have a good time, because that Venus is going to be there as from the 8th, I think, of the month. So have a good time with friends, like-minded people as well. Having said that, thank you so much for watching, and see you next month. Bye-bye.